We made it on a ferry. We're heading on one of big island of Chile called Chiloé.
It's so cold.
Looking for penguins, looking like penguins. We are Nick and Mathilde, and in 2022 we left everything behind to travel the world with our Land Rover Defender.
Europe, the Americas, Australia, Asia and Africa. We want to see it all.
This is day 575 and we are in Chile.
Welcome to the Next Meridian expedition.
Oh man!
It's so cold. All right, give it a hug. A good hug. A good hug.
Oh man!
Oh, man.
Sorry for the interruption of the program. Okay, let's go across this border.
Yeah, alright. If we have to.
Back to the line of trucks, back to trying to cross the border to Chile.
Yep.
Yep, and it's a lot of trucks. Last week, we traveled through the Argentinian Lake District with our good Kiwi friend Tom and his Defender Jerry. We left you as we got stuck at the border as it closed because of a snowstorm. Eventually, the next morning, we managed to cross the border through the superb snowy landscapes. And from here, where to, you might wonder? Well, this week the plan is to explore a pretty unique place of Chile. An island off the west coast of the country in the Pacific Ocean, so close to mainland and at the same time so different. Mussel fishing, kayak adventure, getting stuck again. I think you will like it.
It's been an awesome week. Yeah, man.
But first, we need to say goodbye to Tom.
Tom's going. No.
And we need to learn more about this famous island, Chiloé. And it's perfect, because not far from the border, we received an interesting invitation.
Now we're going to a host place. We're in Chile, so this will be our third host in Chile. Her name is Pauline, and his name is Victor.
It really shows that Chileans are super welcoming because we received so many invitations in Chile. We couldn't go to everyone's place, but it's already our third host in the country. So thank you, Chileans.
Pauline and Victor, we're coming.
See you. It's really nice. We discover a new region of Chile in the surroundings of the city of Puerto Montt. They show us their horses, their sheep, their cows, as well as their superb flowers. Look at this one, and that one, or this, and this, and that. They also had an artichoke garden. They invited us for a typical asado with meat from the farm.
Tómale la foto.
We spent a superb evening with them too and their friends, and collected quite a bit of good tips for the next days in the island of Chiloé.
That was really, really nice. Victor, Pauline, thank you so much for having us. It was really a lot of fun. And we will see you maybe in Australia when you go on your holidays, because we might be at the same time as you over there. Thank you and all the best.
It is time to take the ferry to the island. On the north of Chiloé, the canal separating mainland to the island is only 2 kilometers wide.
This is really cool. It feels like we're in Norway again, having to take ferries between one part of the land to the next. Impressive. This is our first one in Chile. Very fun.
And despite several projects to build a bridge, many people on the island are opposed to the project. arguing increased tourism might damage the ecosystems and that there is more important renovations needed on the island that could be done with the bridge money. We made it on a ferry. We're heading on one of big island of Chile called Chiloé. It's separated to Puerto Montt where we were by the Chacao Canal. It is kind of a distinctive culture, architecture in the country, and everyone told us it was really worth it to go.
Yeah, looks pretty cool. It's first time experience, and I feel like there might be more barges or ferries like this coming up as we move around Chile.
Straight as we exit the boat, we're seduced by the nice architecture of the houses on the island. We often show you our travel successes. Well, that day, we did not complete any of our objectives.
Looking for penguins, looking like penguins.
Yep, exactly. Chiloé, you're a whole different vibe here with rain and cold weather and big winds, and we're looking for the penguin. But so far,
apart from some seaweed, old fishermen boats and seagulls, we did not find anything. By the way, Chiloé comes from a Mapuche word that means place of the seagulls. We might not be able to confirm there is penguins here, but we can say for sure this name is correct.
we were told the penguins were here, but it's also a little earlier in the season. They said they start arriving around December. And since we're still mid-November, maybe a bit early, no penguins unfortunately.
Okay, we give up on the penguins for now, but there's other animals that we might be able to see on this coast. Well, there again, as I pronounce these words, I am expecting we would see dolphins from the cliff, which we did not. But even worse, we actually got stuck trying to reach the camp spot we had planned for.
There was not the plan for today. We were supposed to go to Bivouac, see some whales and see some penguins, but instead we decided tiles. And we're stuck in a ridiculous mud pond, but we're stuck. So back to digging.
This time our winch works, but the vegetation around did not make it very useful. Luckily, after an hour of struggles in the mud, a nice man and his daughter passed by and got us out.
Gracias, Fabian.
We just made it out of the mud. How was it?
It was not planned.
It was not planned, but we still found a cool spot making dinner right here by the beach in Chiloé, and very, very gray sky, but not too bad.
The rain, the absence of penguins and dolphins, and getting stuck in a ridiculous mud pond, our first day in Chiloé is a good illustration that when traveling, not everything goes as planned. And we got a really nice gift putting us back on track just the next morning.
Nosotros no.
No mucho.
No, a nosotros gusta los mussels.
Mejillones le dicen solo.
Ese a nosotros, ¿tú te gusta?
No, yo no tanto.
No tanto.
Mas se vende bien.
Sí, se vende bien, sí, en Santiago.
¿Cómo lo cultivan?
En las líneas esas que están allá. Pero demoran como 3 años en ser adultas.
3 años.
Para hacer esto se demoran como 4 años.
Ok.
¿Ustedes de dónde vienen?
Francia.
Francia, pero en Francia le encantan las ostras igual.
Sí.
Igual tienen ostras.
Sí. ¿Y qué haces ahora? ¿Esas no son buenas o son buenas?
Sí, no, si están todas buenas. Es que lo que pasa
todas.
es que yo las elijo porque hay unas que son más
Lindas que otras.
más gruesecitas.
Ah, ok.
Aquí.
Ouais,
Sí.
toutes grosses là.
Okay.
Porque estas son como muy planas.
Ah, ok.
Hoy vamos hasta Castro.
Ay, no.
Ay, no. ¿Un otro de aquí o no? No, no, terminado. Listo, listo.
Él quiere trabajar, no es un trabajo para él.
Claro. Se nota la persona.
We decide to go get some mussels of our own. Seafood constitutes some of the traditional food of the island. Hopefully, it will be easier than finding penguins.
And we could catch mussels on low tide. So now it's perfectly low tide. It's actually 30 minutes after low tide. Perfect timing to catch mussels. So we're hoping we find them.
But first things first, we need to gear up.
The outfit on Chiloé is rubber boots and raincoat. Nothing less than this we've discovered.
Definitely. And now let's go get the mussels.
But look, I have evidence. A mussel exists here. It was dry all the time we were driving here, and now the rain started. That is pure luck.
We're not very good at fishing, but we're pretty good at catching mussels. So 1 fish in 8 days with Tom, but we're going to now catch about 50 mussels.
We not see people, so all of this is a learning experience for us.
Disclaimer time, some of this region is affected seasonally by a phenomenon of red tide that makes the mussels toxic to eat. Always check with locals before eating mussels picked up on the beach.
47.
We have new passengers on the Albatross. We were told we need to let them soak for several hours so they spit all the gravel that they might have swallowed.
On top of the location for the mussels, our friends Victor and Pauline
Hola,
had
señor.
told us
Hola,
a lady on
pregunta.
this road baked amazing
¿Sabes dónde está
empanadas.
Edith?
All we had to do was to ask for
Sí.
Edith.
Edith que hacen las empanadas.
Lo único que se llama Edith acá.
Ok, voy a preguntar.
Claro, vaya ahí la que está ahí. De tal el vehículo.
Ok,
gracias.
gracias.
Honestly, if we find empanadas like this, it's the $1 million prize.
We did find Edith, but no empanadas on that day. She did give us her recipe to cook the mussels though, and that was a funny experience. We kept our friends the mussels soaking in their water for the moment and went on an attempt to see some of the island's distinctive architecture, taking advantage of a weather window. The said weather window lasted about an hour, just the time to check out some of the island cute villages. It is funny to note that most villages are located on the eastern side, covered from the insane winds of the Pacific Ocean. Just look at this map. The western side is almost exclusively made of forest and deserted coastal terrains.
There's two typical architectural things on the island of Chiloé. Those wood tile they put on the houses, they can be many forms, super cute.
The wood shingles are superb and give a unique vibe to the houses on the island. At some point in history, some roof shingles were even used as currency on the island.
But the big star here is this church.
Built by the Spanish Jesuit priests back in the days. There was more than 100 on the island, and they're actually always closed when you get to them. Some might be open, but usually you have to go find the person who has the key. But too rainy, too cold, too windy. It looks good from outside, good enough.
They look awesome and they're UNESCO World Heritage.
Yes.
They're really cute.
It's so cold.
We left our visits as we started it, under the rain. It is time to go and prepare our mussels for dinner.
So we've just cleaned up all the mussels and we've got 61 minus 2 that you threw away, right?
Yeah, maybe a bit more will be thrown away because I didn't finish.
Okay, so we put them back in the sea, obviously. Now it's gonna be time to cook them. So 59 mussels altogether. Nice. And the worst has now started. It is now raining. Unlucky. Everything is soaked, but it's going on. The cooking goes on. The mussels are now opening up, as you can see here. This one's opening up. That one's open. That one's open. We have Eva Zubek over there. Hello, Eva. Nice to see you again. Mussels. Mathilde's gonna try the first one. Actually, I already tried one. This is the second one. A little crunchy. How was it?
I think there's still sand in some of them.
Oh,
But it's
no.
good otherwise.
It's the first time we ever do this, so sweet. Bon appetit, guys.
On the next morning, we did a windy and wet attempt at exploring the western wild coast of the island of Chiloé. It made us reconsider the climate on the east coast as not too bad in the end. And that's a good thing, because the same afternoon we are scheduled to go kayaking. We received a very nice invitation from a man called Alan. We were kind of wondering why he had extended such a generous offer to take us out on kayaks until we saw his car. Doesn't the Defender look awesome with the kayaks on the roof?
Ready to go? Nice.
Launches! Woohoo! Awesome!
Like this. You pull it like that and you will have the timon down, and with the other one, if you pull the other one,
Wow!
now we are protected from the wind.
Yeah, it's like a pond.
That's the salmon
Farm? Yeah. Alan takes us for a tour around the island and shows us a salmon farm. Salmons are not native. They were introduced. It's an important economic resource for Chile nowadays. And Alan explains that although there are some concerns about norms to protect the environment, it is way too big for the job market to do without. But he explains many people like him advocate for tighter regulations.
thing here has two ropes supported by these floating things, and then they go down like smaller ropes.
Nice.
In 1 year you get really nice green mussels.
Okay.
I see them, I see them. Cool. Hey Alan, thank you very much for having us on your kayaks. What a good experience. So far you said we did 5 kilometers more or less. So we still have a few more, but I'm already saying thank you in advance because this is great. Mathilde?
Thank you, Alan. It's awesome.
Yeah. That's a lot.
We learned tons with Alan on the sea, but that was only the beginning. He invited us to his home. His wife, Carola, is a landscaper and she experiments with native plants from the island of Chiloé. And of course, they both have a love for Land Rovers. The two make quite the pair. Thank you so much, Alan and Carola, for taking us around and teaching us so much on Chiloé. We spent the rest of the afternoon with Tom and his entire family who came to visit from New Zealand. We spent a great evening getting to know each other. Nick even gets a physiotherapy session with Tom's mother, Caroline. Those with back pains from too much Land Rover driving will know. But soon enough, it's time to leave. It's time to leave Chiloé.
See ya.
we will miss the place of seagulls, its rough coast, charming architecture, hospitable people, and delicious seafood. We might even miss the rain, who knows? We love ferry time. Somehow, in a car journey, when we are always on the move, the ferry is a mandatory break, where there is nothing else to do than take a breath of fresh air and look at the sea. Okay, maybe also a bit of video editing. But you see what I mean. Yesterday we made it back on mainland Chile from the island of Chiloé. It's, I would say, a bit less rainy, but right now it's still raining. We just have a bit of sun, which we didn't see in Chiloé for a long time. Next week video we start the journey all the way back to San Carlos de Bariloche in Argentina.
Thank you so much for watching the videos. Thank you so much for being around.
Subscribe to the channel because soon we are in Antarctica!
Yes! Let's go!
Let's go! Ça passe pas, hein? I think it works.
It's taking forever.
I ate too many empanadas. I think I need to release them.